Good morning, guys. I'm not even all the way out of bed yet. It's 7 a.m. and I got my daughter off to school basically. But I come back to my bed to lay down and stretch out. I don't know that I'll go back to sleep, but mornings are hard, and especially with chronic illnesses and pain. So I come to stretch back out on my bed, and I rolled over and found a piece of paper laying on it. And I didn't know it was here. Now, I cleaned my room last night. I've transferred my living room over to my bedroom, and that's been a long transition, but I got a Chase lounge and wanted to move it in here, and we had to move things around, so my daughter and I were cleaning last night. So I'm assuming this is something I found, and just it didn't make it past into a box and somehow ended up in my bed, so I slept with this. And it felt really significant, but then I ended up turning on Devin and Michelle's video, Devin and Michelle Lavore, and I will link it below. A lot of you follow her that follow me. I don't have that many followers, but I think the ones that I do, some of you all watch them as well. And so Michelle was talking about something, and it was just dead on with what I've got here. So I thought I'd go ahead and read it to you because it must be really significant for all of us. And this is what I'd written, I don't know how long ago, years I'm sure. Not too many years, but years. And it says, I will get there. God does have a big plan for me, but I must be just as grateful for the now as I am for then. Each season, trying to read it while I do it, the now, which is sometimes messy and lowly, and the later, which may be neater and loftier, is a gift from the awesome God who loves me. And the bottom says, I am living my purpose now. And pardon my messy writing, but oh my goodness, that is so significant, and it's so much about realizing that God is with us now. We are living our purpose now on the way to the promise. And it's great to be having the vision for the promise and speak them and declare them and believe them, absolutely. But I think God is clearly trying to show us to be grateful for now and to know that He's with us now. He's not going to just be with us in the promised land. We're not just going to be blessed then. We're blessed now. The process is blessed. I know it doesn't feel that way when we're struggling, but I can look back on this past year especially. I had so many times where I had no car. I was stuck home in isolation. I had falling out with several friends, two really close ones. So I was in isolation versus how much contact I had with them before. A lot of pain and illness that I've had for years. And some of that was even extra bad. I had a period of time in December where I couldn't walk without help for 3 weeks. It was after school had let out, so my daughter was home to help me most of that. Well, part of it, she was still in school. But I mean, it was a scary time. It was a hard time. There have been a lot of challenges. But what I'm going to remember most about this last year is honestly, well, even this very bed. This very bed. I've spent a lot of time in this bed, and I never used to rest, even with all my illnesses and pain. I was always pushing and pushing and pushing. But God, during this hard time, He's taught me how to rest, and He's been with me. And when I'm going to think of the night seasons, and I mean dark night of the soul and actual night, God has visited me in dreams like never before, in visions. He's woke me up with words in my ears. He's given me vivid dreams that I leave the phone by my bed so I can record them before I forget them. And I have so many that I'm running out of storage, which is why this video will probably snap off at any moment. But I'm not going to remember the hard as much as I'm going to remember the closeness of God on the way to the promises, on the way to the blessings. And I want to maintain that closeness. I want to maintain Him being my everything. I don't want to get into the promised land and forget the Lord. There's a chapter in Deuteronomy, I think it's in Deuteronomy 8, and it says, thou shalt not forget the Lord thy God. Thou remember the Lord. It's He that took you through all that He took you through and kept you, but it's Him that brought you to the place of wealth. It's God that gives you the power to get wealth. And I know we cling to Him and we seek Him for a word and seek Him for encouragement during this time. And I think maybe the Lord wants us to remember to be happy about where we are on the way to